Now get your shoe.
Let's go over there and take a nap.
Okay, make sure you put your shoe back on, please.
Okay. Well, that's a good smoke.
Okay.
And their families. We thank you for your service. And now, before we begin today's presentation, we'd like to share some information about killer whales.
The ocean covers over 70% of the Earth's surface and is essential to all life, both in the sea and on the land. There's one animal that is the perfect ambassador for the ocean, and that's the orca, or killer whale. In just a few minutes, you'll meet SeaWorld's killer whales. First though, let's find out more about these remarkable animals. Orca, or the killer whale, is the most widely distributed mammal on Earth. They can be found throughout the ocean, all around the world, including in the Arctic, the Atlantic, the Southern, the Indian, and the Pacific Oceans. No other single marine species lives in as many different ocean habitats or is as directly reliant on as many different types of marine life as the killer whale. More than any other marine animal, the orca is the very embodiment of our shared global ocean. Until about 2 decades ago, scientists didn't know that there were actually several different varieties or ecotypes of killer whales. With effort and observation, however, we discovered that there are actually 10 distinct ecotypes, each differing in size, behavior, diet, lifestyle, and appearance. A striking characteristic of the orca is their black and white skin. This camouflage is called disruptive coloration. In a murky environment, this coloration can make them difficult to detect. Killer whales are counter-shaded. Their top surface is darker than their surface underneath. From below, looking up, they blend in with the light from above. From above, looking down, they're invisible against the dark depths. Killer whales are warm-blooded and breathe air just like we do. Killer whales are the largest members of the Delphinidae, or dolphin family. As you can see, they have impressive physical characteristics. Orcas have keen eyesight, both above and below the water.
See, this is where the handle or the
dorsal
clip
fin
come
of an
handy.
adult male can be up to 6 feet in height.
You may be able to back up and sit it on here. Look and see what you're filming and then just sit it
propel
there.
them through the water at a high rate of speed with great maneuverability. Their top speed is nearly 30 miles per hour. Killer whales use echolocation to hunt and to communicate. Communication is also accomplished through tail slaps, breaching, and vocalizations. You'll experience a variety of natural killer whale behaviors during orca encounter today. We ask our whales to replicate natural behaviors such as breaching, spy hopping, and tail slaps. While awe-inspiring and entertaining for our guests, these behaviors are also essential to maintaining the health and well-being of the killer whales in our care. much remains to be understood regarding the Orcinus orca. One thing we do know, however, is that across the globe, they face real challenges as the general health of the prey populations and habitats on which killer whales depend suffer due to changes in the environment. In just a few moments, you'll encounter SeaWorld's killer whales and learn even more about these fascinating animals. As the most widely distributed mammal on Earth, the killer whale is uniquely positioned to represent the beauty, power, and fragility of the ocean.
You know, today is the best day to be a rehabilitator. Today we got to release 10 hemp-ridley sea turtles. We are so proud to help animals like sea turtles recover. These 10 sea turtles join the over 2,500 sea turtles that SeaWorld has already helped.
Over the last 30 years, places like SeaWorld and other organizations have been working tirelessly to care for manatees in the wild through rescue and rehabilitation. However, today, manatees face significant challenges going forward.
Having about 25% of all the ocean's biodiversity means that we're really trying to protect something that is going to protect us, but also protect the ocean.
Rescuing an entire ecosystem as opposed to an individual or certain species is really incredible for us to be able to do.
Hi, I'm Guy Harvey, and I want to congratulate SeaWorld. What they do is remarkable. I'm very proud with our association with SeaWorld. They've helped us with our shark research work, shark conservation, and of course, other marine animals that we study, like turtles and the reef conservation efforts. It's all part of the same action in trying to defend nature and protect nature. I encourage everybody to become involved, help where they can, aid SeaWorld in their magnificent journey. Keep up the great work, guys.
And I've been a trainer for 7 years. I can tell you it is so much more than just a job. It truly is a way of life. We have all dedicated our professional and personal lives to the care of these amazing animals. It's a huge responsibility, but the ultimate privilege to be able to care for, teach, learn from, and build strong relationships with these 5 killer whales. We're proud of what we do, and we're excited to share everything we've learned with you today and for many years to come. So ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoy Orca Encounter!
Down the bottom, he gets splashed. He gets splashed.
interconnected ocean. A vast blue expanse critical to life on Earth. And there's no better animal to represent the ocean's beauty than the killer whale.
They live in every corner of the ocean, from the Arctic to the Atlantic, the Southern to the Indian, to the Pacific and beyond.
The killer whale story is the ocean story, and it's one we all share.
We are one world, united by our ocean.
However, some information can only be gathered through field observation. This is why SeaWorld works with our partners, like the Norwegian Orca survey, to further our knowledge. Killer whales are remarkable, powerful animals, and perhaps the best expression of that power is when they hunt.
Killer whales stand apart. They have no natural predators, and just about any other ocean animal could be their dinner. Depending on where they live and their chosen prey, they've developed some epic hunting techniques. Off the coast of South America, killer whales will beach themselves, riding in on waves just long enough to catch prey. They'll also create waves that knock animals like penguins or seals from ice cliffs. Most importantly, they cooperate, communicate, and coordinate as a team. Here's footage of killer whales corralling a school of herring. A whale dips in and feeds, while the other whales keep the fish together with swipes of their tail fins.
In the ocean, killer whales create waves to hunt, use fluke slams to stun their prey, and they can even beach themselves up and out of the water. For our whales, it's just a fun demonstration, but for you, it's the thrill of the hunt. 100 pounds of food a day. Depending on where they live and the time of year, their prey can vary. Unfortunately, things like overfishing and pollution pose serious threats to many populations of killer whales.
Killer whales are impressive animals, and it's pretty obvious why they're the top predator in the ocean. That means killer whales are invincible, right? Wrong.
Killer whales depend on a plentiful food source and a clean environment. They're completely dominant, yet completely dependent.
When it comes down to it, killer whales are not the most powerful animal in the ocean.
Their future depends on you.
Through your actions.
Through the choices we all make.
We hold the future of killer whales and the oceans in our hands.
Killer whales continue to surprise and amaze us. They're the perfect ambassador for the ocean, limitless, connected, powerful,
but still vulnerable.
The challenges that we face can seem insurmountable. Don't give up. Be inspired.
We can make a difference. The ocean needs our help, and that seems overwhelming, but together we can make it happen.
There's so much to learn.
So much to protect. So much to explore. The killer whale story is still being written, and there are simple things we all can do to make a difference. All it takes is one choice.
One positive act. One ripple that can grow and grow
and change the world.
Together, we've got this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope that by joining us today, these animals have inspired you and deepened your appreciation for killer whales just as they have for all of us. We will continue to learn about these amazing animals, and we hope that you do too. Thank you for being with us, and have a fantastic rest of your night here at SeaWorld San Antonio. Bye-bye.
I will let you know with that, it's a lot easier just to upload it all in one video.
showing off their size, speed, power, and problem-solving abilities. These behaviors keep our whales both active and engaged. SeaWorld's killer whales have inspired generations to care about our natural world, and we're excited to share their stories with you today.
Killer whales are the ocean's top predator. They use cooperation and communication, not just size and strength, to take their place at the top of the ocean's food web. At the bottom are small animals, like krill. At the top, the apex predator, the killer whale. Killer whales are as big as a bus, faster than an Olympic swimmer, high-flying and powerful.
We're going to see all of that today, and more. These and other behaviors provide an environment full of enrichment.
We spend days, weeks, months, and years building relationships with our whales. This creates trust, and that allows us to do some amazing things. For example, when you visit the doctor, you would present your arm to draw blood, or step on the scale to see how much you weigh. It's much the same with our whales.
Throughout today's experience, you may see the killer whales moving together in unison. These synchronized behaviors help strengthen strengthen social bonds and allow them to problem solve as a group. This is just one of the reasons why they're known as the ocean's top predator. Their scientific name is orca. Their common name is killer whale, and each of our 5 whales have their own personal names. We have Takara, Sakari, Kamea, Tuar, and joining us right here is the largest member of our pod, Kayukit. Kamea is our youngest whale at 9 years old. Her mother, Takara, is our oldest whale at 31 years old. Takara is also the matriarch of our pod, which just means she is the leader. These whales trust us and take an active role in their own health and well-being. Through the use of positive reinforcement training techniques, we're able to teach them husbandry or healthcare behaviors. Joining us at the slide outs tonight are trainers Emily and Malin to help demonstrate some of these behaviors.
Thanks, Brooke. Hey everybody, I'm over here with 30-year-old Kayukit, and he is going to be demonstrating one of the very first behaviors that we teach the whales. This behavior right here is called a fluke present. Now, while Kayukit is in this fluke present, not only can I get a good look at his entire body, but it also allows access to the easy-to-see things right here on the white underside of our tail flukes. Now, our veterinarians can collect a blood sample at least once a month to make sure that our whales are staying healthy. Now, throughout today's presentation, you may notice the trainers giving the whales back rubs, belly rubs, or even tail rubs just like this. Killer whales have very sensitive skin, and it's just one of the ways that we can continue to build our relationships with the whales.
That's right, Emily. Hi folks, I'm on the other side of the pool, and dry blood is just one of the ways we can make sure the whales are staying healthy. Another important diagnostic tool is knowing how much each individual weighs. Kayukit is going to show you how we do that right here. Now, as he slid out here in this shallow area, we actually asked the whales to do this in one of our adjacent back pools on a killer whale size scale. And in that way, we're able to weigh them at least once a week. There's one problem though. If you guys take a look at his body, a large portion is still hanging in the water. This area from behind the dorsal fin all the way down to the tail flukes, it's called the peduncle, and it is packed with powerful muscles. It can easily weigh up to several hundred pounds. So we're not going to get an accurate weight in this position, but we can fix that by asking the whales to lift their tails into the air, just like that. And that's how we know that Kayukit here weighs in at 9,510 pounds. It's important to know how much each of the whales weigh to make sure that the younger animals are growing appropriately, and the older animals, like Kayukit here, are maintaining a healthy weight. All of these husbandry behaviors help us to ensure that the whales are healthy and thriving.
And the care isn't just physical. Mental stimulation and play are vital, and we surprise and engage with our whales at every opportunity. Play is how killer whales teach their young to hunt, and for the adults, play is important too. It seems that they just enjoy having fun. Making time for play is an important part of life for killer whales. And for us.
All right, folks, well, Kayukit and I have moved down here to the glass with our new friend, Savio. Savio, give everyone a big wave. Now, this is Kayukit, and we're going to talk about how killer whales learn. Killer whales learn from each other from observational learning, which means they watch their mother and other members of the pod to learn necessary life skills. It's kind of like follow the leader. Would you like to play follow the leader with Kayukit here? All right, we're gonna start off by saying hi. So why don't you take your left hand and other one. There you go, perfect. Lift it really high in the air and give him a big wave. Look at that. Kayukit is paying very close attention to you. He has great eyesight above and below the water. He sure does. Now, killer whales are really curious, and we often see them spy hopping or even jumping completely out of the water to get a better view. Let's ask Kayukit to demonstrate a sighting bow. Are you ready, Savio? All right, do you remember that second signal? We're gonna point down at the ground. There you go, and then throw it over your body like this. go. Kayukin saw that. Why don't you come up here and take a close look? He's swimming all the way down to the bottom of this 40-foot pool. Do you see him? And he's gonna get all the speed he needs to jump completely out of the water.
Wow, wasn't that impressive? Hello everybody, Kayukin has now moved over here with myself and his new friend Homer. Homer, why don't you go ahead and give everybody a great big wave and your family wave to the camera. There you go. All right, Homer, why don't you go ahead and toss that right into his mouth. Perfect, and how about one more? Good job. So Homer, killer whales communicate in a variety of different ways. One of those ways is through vocalizations. So why don't you go ahead and show him that first hand signal. Very nice. So all of those vocalizations are coming right there on top of his head from his blowhole. Now they can also communicate by tapping various parts of their body on the surface of the water. Sound travels 4.5 times faster in the water as it does in air, and it can be heard for miles. So let's go ahead and show him that second hand signal. Perfect! And he saw it, he's taken off, and he left. Yes, that is a good thing that he left. So come on right up here, and you can see how he's going 40 feet once again to the bottom of the pool. And take a listen to Mr. Kayukin. Wasn't that pretty loud? You did that, yeah, you asked him. That was pretty good. Let's give both of our volunteers a great big round of applause. Woo!
As you can see, killer whales can communicate by leaping out of the water and making a huge splash. SeaWorld's research and observation of the killer whales in our aquarium has shed light on the many mysteries about these incredible animals. For example, we know the gestation period of a pregnant killer whale is 17 months. That is information impossible to obtain out in the wild.